to go to Matthew Tkachuk's new home here in Sunrise, and I'll tell you, it was something else just to see him in his new home, his new state, his new chapter, if you will, in his career. And it was fascinating. I got the tour, and I even got a chance to drive this bad boy right here, and it was the golf cart. That's how the guy gets around here, and he gets around in style. So I squealed the tires and had a chance to take it for a little spin. But, you know, in our conversation, we had a nice little sit down, a good conversation in his backyard. And one of the things that we got talking about was just how there was some similarities between his new situation here in Sunrise and how the Panthers had a similar situation to the Flames, and they lost to their rivals in the postseason. It didn't sit well with them.
You can say you earned it and you say you played better. At the end of the day, it's all about results. And we didn't get that against Edmonton. We didn't deserve to beat them. They were clearly the better team in every asset. And you know what? I mean, it was a lot to learn for me, even coming down here to Florida. Like, yes, you can play well, but it's all momentum. And I know I said that before, but it's momentum game to game, shift to shift, series to series. And you know what? I even though I'm not in Calgary now, I learned a lot from that.
Certainly 6 years with the Calgary Flames. Matthew Tkachuk's career started there, and certainly that's where he grew up, and that's where it all began for him. And, you know, the one thing he really did do was a lot of work in the community, and he certainly had a message for Flames fans.
They know I left it out there every single shift, every game. You know, there wasn't a game where I wasn't giving it 100%. And, you know, being out there in the community, I tried to be involved as I possibly could have been. And through that, through the on-ice and the off-ice, I've met so many great people, and 6 just unbelievable years that I'll never forget. And you know, even looking back now that I'm down here, you know, once in a while something reminds you of your time there, and just nothing but great memories.
And, you know, obviously in Calgary, you had a chance to play with Johnny Gaudreau and Elias Lindholm. What a line that was. But now down here in Florida, and we just talked to Jonathan Huberdeau about Alexander Barkov, but there's some familiarity with Matthew Tkachuk and who he gets to play with now in Barkov and Bennett.
He's a top player in the NHL, can do it all. It makes it so easy for me when I've been playing with him. Benny the same way. Like, Benny's come down here and you know, was a very, very important player in Calgary, and the way he played in those big games, like, you saw it, and you saw all the talent and everything. Down here, he's just completely improved his game and become, you know, an elite player in the NHL from what I've seen. I mean, he's dominating games this year, and no matter who I'm playing with, it's a real treat to play with him. And I've played with a few different wingers on the other side, but coming down here, I knew how great of a team that they had the last few years, but the skill level and, like, the speed, mainly those two, like, I'm so impressed with how each player is so much better than I even thought they were.
Well, a new coach and a new approach, things very different here under the Panthers system. And I asked him, you like playing for Paul Maurice?
Oh, I don't like playing for him. I love playing for him right now. He's been a huge positive for me, and, like, really improving my game early in the season. He's probably the hardest coach on me that I've had, with you know, like, some of the small details, and just really trying to improve my game, and expects a lot out of me, but wants to make me a better player. And he's such a great communicator, where probably the best motivator I've seen too, like, with getting the most out of everybody on every single day. His approaches to the game is very similar when it comes to, like, systems to most people, but I mean, his approach to people, he's so good at it, reading guys and knowing how to get the best out of them. I've really enjoyed my time with him, and he's made it fun to come to the rink every day. And 82+ season, you know, sometimes it's hard if the team's not playing well or the team's not winning. It's easy to come to the rink when you're winning, but he finds a way to make it enjoyable, and so do the rest of the guys, the trainers. It's just a very positive place to come to work every day.